Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'm going to be taking you through how to set up your very own logistics, courier and tracking website. Okay, now I'm going to be taking you through the front page. I'm going to show you the look of the website, and I'm also going to take you to the tracking page and show you how you can track a parcel. Then I'll take you to the admin and show you how the admin can actually create a new tracking ID, how the admin can fill in details of the picture, the senders and receivers info, the location and all that, and also how the admin can frequently update the location of this parcel. Okay, so now and after that I'm also going to take you to my cPanel and show you how you can set up this tracking website in less than no time. Okay, so now let's go on to the purpose of this video. As you can see, this is my front page design. Okay, so this is my front end. You can see the home, about us, the services, the contact and the track and trace page all there. Okay, now you see this home page is beautifully done with the right images and the right write-ups. Okay, so everything is perfectly set up for you, so you don't really need to make any changes. You don't need to try to get like a different front end or anything. You have your testimonials, you have your different services and everything all set up for you. Okay, now you go to the about us page, and also on that page all the write-ups, all the pictures perfectly match the purpose of this website. Okay, so now let's not waste time going through all this. Let's go straight to the tracking page, and I'm going to show you how the tracking page actually looks like. Okay, so I'm going to click on my track and trace. Perfect, and it's going to take me here. Now all I have to do is paste my tracking ID. Right here. Okay, you see, now this is my tracking page. You can see a consignment was sent to you through Air Freight Express Logistics and Shipping Company. We recommend that you regularly keep track of your freight through our tracking system here. Now you can see there's a barcode, there's your tracking ID right here. You can see the location of the current location of the parcel. You can see there's a map, there's a live map for you to follow, and then you see receivers details. Okay, now you see the receivers details, the full name, address, email address and phone number. You see the senders details, you see the consignment details, the consignment number, which is the tracking number. You see the package weight, you see the tracking number, you see the status, you see the carrier, you see the delivery mode, you see the origin, destination, pickup time. All the details that you need are perfectly set up for you. Then also you have this wonderful bar that shows you the percentage that the parcel has actually gotten to. Okay, how far has the parcel gotten to before it gets to the final destination. It's also here. Okay, so this you can set up from the admin dashboard also. Okay, now you see tracking info. You can see every update that the admin makes is going to show up here. Now the status says it's active, the current location is Paris, arrival country is Chicago, arrival date, and the comment is being held by custom. Okay, then you also see thanks for patronizing us, feel free to track your package anytime. So now, like I said, it is wonderfully and beautifully made, so you don't even need to try to maybe make some edits or make this edit or make that edit. Everything is already set up perfectly for you. All you have to do is get the software, install it on your cPanel, and you are good to go. Okay, so now up next I'm going to be taking you to the admin dashboard. Okay, I'm going to take you to the admin dashboard. I'm going to show you how you can set up, how you can actually create a tracking ID from the admin dashboard. Okay, perfect. Now this is my admin dashboard. I already have my username and password filled in, so all I have to do is click on sign in. Perfect. Now this is my admin dashboard. Now you can see the different images, you can see tracking number, you can see status, you can see dates added, you can see edits, deletes, copy. Everything is perfectly added right here. Okay, now I can actually update a tracking ID. I can decide to delete a tracking ID, I can copy a tracking number, I can view the details of a tracking number or view updates that have been made to a particular tracking number. Okay, I can see the different tracking numbers that are already here. Okay, so now let's update this particular one. Okay, I see the sender's info. Now this is the updates page. Okay, now you can see the status is pending. Now I can change it to whatever I want to change it to. Okay, I can decide to change this to inactive. I can change the current location to, let's say, Denmark. I can put in the date. Okay, I can put in the time also, and I can put in a note. And I can actually put in my shipping cost and my clearance cost also. Okay, then I click on submit. Okay, update travel part and progress. So this is that bar that we saw right there. Okay, so I'm going to put 70%, and I'm going to click on submit. Update successful. Perfect. So now I'm going to take this tracking number. I'm going to copy this tracking number. I'm going to go back to the website, and I'm going to track this new tracking number so we see. Now you can see the change in the map. Okay, you can see the change in the map. You can see the consignment details. You can see the progress bar going all the way to 70%. Okay, you can see the progress bar going all the way to 70%. You can see the inactive. You can see the comments being held by custom. Okay, so you can see the current location. You see the date and the time. Everything is perfectly done. Okay, everything is perfectly done. Now up next, let me show you how you can actually create a new tracking ID, show you how you can delete or update and all that. So you see, this is senders info. This is to create tracking ID page. Okay, so now I can actually put in my senders info right here, put in contact info, the email, the sender's address, the receiver's info, all the info that I need for this particular tracking ID. All I have to do is fill it up in here, upload my picture right here. Okay, upload my picture right here and click on submit, and that is all I need to do to create a new tracking ID. Now you can see the tracking number has automatically been generated for me. Okay, the tracking number has automatically been generated for me. Okay, now let's go straight to our general settings. Now under general settings, this is where you put in your site name, your site title, and your site URL. Okay, so always ensure you make these changes, so whenever someone comes to your site, they don't see the default site name or the default site URL. Even though it's always going to reload back to the default site URL. Okay, so you have to ensure you put in your own site name, put in your own site title, and your site URL. Okay, now when we come to shipping settings, we're going to see delivery prefix, which is PP, the number of digits in the trace. Okay, now whatever you want your delivery prefix to be. Now, for example, you see we have here PP, right? So if I want this to be something else, let's say I want this to be CLO, when I actually when I try to create a new tracking ID, the prefix is going to now be CLO instead of PP. Okay, so you have the option also to change whatever you want your prefix to be. Now, how many digits do you want your tracking ID to have? Now I selected 8. Now if you count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Now if you count that, you're going to have 8. So it depends on you and how many digits you want in your tracking ID. Now, do you want them to print invoice, or do you want them not to print invoice? Do you want the invoice to show map, or you don't want the invoice to show map? So you can actually select select yes or no and set it up the way you want it to. Now, for your convenience, we have parcel, pro server, payments, reliable, fast, and secure. Okay, now for you, you can decide to put in whatever write-up you want to put in here. So when they come and they print this invoice, it's going to take you straight to this page. Okay, that they can even print it out. Okay, so if they want to print it out, they are free to print it out. But I'm going to show you a broader view of the invoice page. Okay, now you see, this is the reason why you always need to update your site URL. So your site URL is what shows up here. Okay, so they can easily copy it. Now you can also see your site name, your site email right here also. Okay, now you can see sender's name, consigner, you can see the barcode, you can see the track ID, you can see the carrier and everything, you can see the description and everything. Now remember, we actually put in our shipping cost and our clearance cost, and you can see that it has been added up to make up our total cost right here also. Okay, now you can see all the info perfectly and beautifully done. Okay, perfect. Now you see, this is the write-up I was telling you about. For your convenience, we have Parcel Pro. Now, so whatever you want to write here, you are free to write it as your invoice terms. Okay, so whatever you want to write here, all you have to do is write it right here from your admin dashboard. From your admin dashboard. Okay, so now let's go to the next setting, which is our email setting. Now, what does this email setting do? Now, this email setting has been built in such a way so it's compatible with almost all the hosting companies that you could possibly decide to use. Okay, now this email setting is built with SMTP, which works and is very compatible with almost all hosting companies that you're actually going to use. Okay, so now you actually have your email name, your mail host, your webmail, your mail password. Okay, now what you need to fill in here is your email name. What is your email name? Whatever email you want your people to see when you send a mail to them. Okay, now what this thing does is that when I create a new tracking ID and I fill in a sender's email, it automatically sends a mail to the receiver's email, telling them that a parcel is being sent to you and this is your tracking ID. So come online, use this link in the email to come online, get to the website, put in the tracking ID and track your parcel. Okay, so now this email setting automatically sends that email to your receiver's mail for you. Okay, so now if you do not set this up, that email is not going to send. Okay, so now this email name is where you put in the email you want them to see. Okay, so I can decide to put in info@mydomainname.com, support@mydomainname.com, or parcel@mydomainname.com, whatever info, whatever email I want to put in right here. Okay, then also my mail host is simply my domain name. Okay, so my mail host is simply my domain name. So if my domain name is courier.com, all I have to do is put in courier.com. If my domain name is parcel.ng, all I have to put it in parcel.ng right here. Okay, so that is that for mail host. Now your webmail is the email that you have created in your cPanel specifically for this SMTP. Okay, now I'll always advise you to create a fresh mail, so you can use something like mail@yourdomainname.com. Okay, so when you do that, that's what you're going to fill in right here. Then you use the password that you added while creating your webmail. Okay, so you're going to put in your password right here. Now you're going to leave this port as 465 and leave the SMTP mail SMTP secure as SSL. Okay, so you don't need to touch this part, right? And also you have the option, do you want to send mail for new tracking? Yes or no. Do you want to send mail when a tracking is updated? Yes or no. So whatever option you actually want to set it up as, you set it up like that. Okay, now let's go straight to accounts. Now under account, this is where the admin gets to change their password or their admin name or whatever. Okay, so you can see this is a very robust and a very easy to use, a very straightforward software that you can actually set up in little or no time. Okay, so now the next part of this video, I'm going to be taking you to my cPanel and I'm going to be showing you how we can actually set this up in no time. Okay guys, now so this is my cPanel. Okay, so now all you have to do is get your domain name and your hosting. Okay, you can decide to get your domain name from your domain name and hosting from, like, let's say Namecheap. From you can decide to use Namecheap, you can decide to use Hostinja, you can decide to use BizEngine, you can decide to use Extrahost, you can decide to use Whois, Genos, whichever hosting company you want to use. This script is going to be compatible with almost all the hosting servers that we have. Okay, so now I'm going to go straight into the setup. Now all I have to do is open my file manager. Okay, so I'm going to go straight to my file manager, and I'm also going to open my database wizard. Okay, so I'm going to also open my database wizard because I'm going to have to create a database name that I'm going to use for the configuration. Okay, manager. Okay, so I'm just going to come to my public_html. Now for you, you're going to be uploading your scripts directly into your public_html. But for me, I'm going to create a subfolder because so for me, I'm going to be creating a subfolder because this is just a tutorial that I am doing to show you how to set it up, okay? So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to create a subfolder, and I'm going to call this subfolder Parcel Pro, okay? Wonderful. And I'm going to go into my Parcel Pro folder. Now, when you go to your public_html, this is what you're going to see, a blank page. So you come to settings, make sure you show hidden files, okay? Make sure you show hidden files. Make sure you disable character encoding and you click on save, okay? Then up next, I'm going to click on upload and I'm going to upload my script right into my folder, right? Now this script is going to be made available for you. I'm going to show you how you can get access to this script at the end of this video, so stay tuned. So while this is uploading, we're going to go to our database wizard. I'm going to create our database right here, okay? So let's call this parcel DB. Okay, click on next step. You see my database has been created. Now let's create our user, okay? Let's generate a password. Okay, I think this password is okay. I'm going to click on create and use password. So you can use whatever password you want to use as far as the strength is accepted, okay? You can use whatever password you want to use. I'm going to click on create user. I'm going to save these passwords in my notepad because we're going to use it for the purpose of this training, okay? This is my notepad. Perfect. Now this is my notepad. I'm going to put in my password right there. And I'm also going to put in my username and my database right there also, okay? Because we're going to use it later on. Now, another thing you need to make sure is you click on all privileges, okay? So click on all privileges and then you click on make changes, right? So we're giving this particular user all privileges to this database. Perfect. So your username has been created and was added to the database. Check it, parcel DB. Now up next, we're going to also upload our SQL file. Okay, so I'm going to show you where you can get your SQL file also, and then also you need to ensure that your PHP version is at 7.4. If it's not at 7.4, your site is going to work perfectly fine, but your mails are most likely not going to send, okay? So for this particular script, you have to ensure that your PHP version is at 7.4. Now for some cPanels, you are going to see PHP version written right here, okay? Now for some other cPanels, you are going to see multi-PHP manager, okay? So this my cPanel has the latter option. So I'm just going to click on this. I'm going to show you how you can change your PHP version. You see? So these are all the different subdomain names that I have right here. But since mine is a folder inside the main domain name, you can see my PHP version is already 7.4. So for you, if it's something different, all you have to do is click on it and then come right here and click on whatever PHP version you want to apply. Then you click on apply, right? So mine is already at 7.4, so I'm going to let that be. So let's go to PHP my admin right here. Perfect. Let's see. Okay, it's fully uploaded. Now I'll always say this in all my videos: when you're uploading a file to your file manager, always ensure that it gets to green, okay? Sometimes it will be 100%, but it is still blue. As far as the bar is blue, it's not done uploading, okay? So always ensure the bar turns to green before you close the page, right? So if I reload this page, I'm going to see my zipped file right here. So all I have to do is extract it. Perfect. And reload. want to see all my files inside another folder, but I don't want them inside a second folder. I want them just inside my main folder that I created, right? So I'm going to come into the second folder. As you can see that I've done that. I'm going to click on select all. And I'm going to move them out into my own folder. So now for you, you'll be moving them out straight into public_HTML, okay? I'll be moving mine into my folder that I created, and I'm going to click on move files. Perfect. Now you see they are all in my main folder that I created right here, okay? So I'm going to delete this. Perfect. Now you can see there's an installation guide right here which you can also follow, and then you can see the SQL folder. Now this SQL folder has the SQL file that you need to upload to your database, okay? So before we get into that, let's go into the configuration aspect, okay? So I'm going to open my config.php file. I'm going to open my db.php file also, okay? Okay, so this part is actually not needed. So we just need our db.php file, okay? So we just need our db.php file. Now this is where we are going to update, okay? This is where we are going to configure. Now remember the database I created and the password I created. This is where we are going to use it. So all I have to do is come up here, take my password, copy that, and then place it right here. Now ensure you are not editing the actual code, but you're only editing the variables that have been placed in here, okay? So now for example, make sure you do not touch these quotations that are here, okay? Just go straight to putting in your password in between the quotation marks that are here, okay? Same goes for the database and the username, okay? So I'm going to copy my username right here, and I'm going to put it in between this quotation right here, okay? Ensure you do not edit any part of the code so you do not ruin the whole setup, okay? In between the quotation right here, right? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now I'm going to click on save changes right here. And that is all you need for the configuration, okay? So now after doing that, I'm going to upload my database, the SQL file right here. Now the database we created was actually PowerDB, right? So I'm just going to click on this, and I'm going to come here, I'm going to click on import. Now what am I importing? I'm importing the SQL file that was actually uploaded in this folder, okay? So I'm going to get this SQL file. I'm going to have to download it into my system so I can upload it into my PHP admin, okay? So I'm going to click on browse right here. So remember what I did. You go to your particular database that you created, which is PowerDB for me. Then I'm going to come here, I'm going to click on import, right? Then I'm going to click on browse. Now this is the database. I'm going to upload this right here. Okay, perfect. So it's done uploading. Now you can see sources. Perfect. Now if I come back and I click on my database, I'm going to see all my details right here, okay? So now for you setting up for the first time, all you have to do is come to admin, yeah, and fill in your username and your password. So whatever password you want to fill in, whatever username you want to fill in, so the admin can actually log into their cPanel, okay? Sorry, admin can actually log into their admin dashboard, okay? So now let's go to the site. Now this is my domain name. I'm going to go to Parcel Pro, and let's see. Perfect. You see, this is my website. You see, so in less than 10 minutes, okay, in less than 10 minutes, I already have my website arranged. I already have my website installed, configured, and ready for use, okay? So now one last thing I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys this for free. One last thing I'm going to show you guys is how to change your logo, okay? I'm going to show you guys how to change your logo. Now, this is what you're going to do. You're going to come to this logo image right here. You're going to right click on your mouse pad, whatever, you're going to right click, okay? You're going to come down to open image in new tab, right? And it's going to take me to this tab with just the logo showing. Now this URL shows me exactly where the image is, okay? So now all I have to do is get my image, okay? Design my logo, whatever I want the logo to look like. I'm going to design my logo. Now I'm going to ensure I rename my logo to this logo 3 right here, okay? So let's say, let me use a random logo on my system. So let's say this is my logo, okay? If this is my logo, all you have to do is rename this logo to logo 3, right? All you have to do is rename this logo to logo 3. Then go to this particular place in my file manager and upload that logo 3 logo, okay? So if I come down to, let's say this is in images, so all you have to do is go to my file manager, go to my public_html, go to my database, my folder that's been created, because that is where it's showing me, right? So this is my domain name, this is my public_html, this is my folder that I created. So I'm going to go to images, right? I'm going to go to images. Now this is images right here, and I'm going to see logo 3, right? So all I have to do is click on upload and overwrite the logo that is there, okay? So now let's look for logo 3. Okay, let's just type this in. I see. I'm going to click on this. It's going to show me a pop-up. Okay, now this is JPEG, so I'm going to ensure that my logo is actually a PNG, because this here is a PNG file, okay? So I have to ensure first of all that my logo is a PNG, right? So you can actually overwrite the logo that is currently there, and that is how you change your logo design, okay? So I think we're done. So we're done with the video. We've gone through the front end, we've gone through the tracking, we've gone through the admin dashboard, we've also gone through the setup, and you can see that it doesn't really take a lot of time to set this up. So if you have your domain name and your hosting, you have your software right there, all you have to do is upload, install, configure, and you are good to go in less than 10 minutes, okay? I'm so glad you guys stayed through to the end of this video. I hope you've learned something. So if you want to get access to this script, all you have to do is follow the details on this particular video, and you're going to get access to this script ASAP. Thank you so much for watching, guys. God bless you.